Okay, Zelensky. Whenever I talk about Ukraine war here in United States, people quickly stop me and say that I'm too Russian leaning. I've been brainwashed by Chinese propaganda. Okay? And when I travel back to China and I start talking to my relatives, my friends about Ukraine war, they say, "Hey, Richard, stop. You've been brainwashed by the Americans. Okay? You're not Russian leaning enough." Yeah, they say that. They say that I should be more pro Russia. And when I talk to the Europeans, they say that I'm a Kremlin spy, which is very weird. It makes me feel like, what is that movie called? The Green Book, where Dr. Don Shelley got off the car and start saying,
"So if I'm not black enough, and if I'm not white enough, and if I'm not man enough, then tell me, Tony, what am I?"
That's how I feel. Basically, they're all extreme in their own corner, but I am the extremist when I think that I'm trying to find the middle ground here. I get this vibe of, okay, I'm not American enough to be American, I'm not Chinese enough to be a Chinese, and I can't even be friends with the Europeans then, Sucks for me and feel very lonely. So today, when I talk about Zelensky, I'm gonna try my best to strike a balance here. Although I think that he's either a puppet or idiot or both, okay? But I'm gonna give him the honor and respect as a nation's leader. I'm also gonna give the benefit of the doubt to all those Ukrainians and pro-Ukrainians out there that he is something different and he's actually a respectful leader of a nation that is trying to fight off a foreign invader. So I know that the war is not going too well for Ukraine at the moment. And just so if Russians end up to be in Kiev again, I want Zelensky to stay there and fight till the very end, okay? Because when he walk out of those negotiations, including the one in Turkey, and doom Ukraine and his countrymen, and not letting them leave the country, you have to stay to the end as well. And you do not get to leave the country when the shit start to hit the fan. Okay? And who's that other YouTuber? Dennis. Okay? If Zelensky ever call you and say that, well, things are not going too well, I want to get out of the country, you do not go to pick him up. You can go to Kiev and join him, yeah, and stay there till the very end, okay? And if that's the case, and you perish while fighting, in the future, all right, I will bring my son and I'll fly him to Kiev. I will travel with him to a cemetery or monument. And I will tell my son, okay, what a great leader you are. That this is a man who defend his country till the very end against a foreign invader. All right? I do not want to see you fly to London or to Miami. I do not want to see you here in Los Angeles, walking down Riddell Drive with your beautiful wife, signing some new book. No, you stay there till the very end. And I will tell my son, okay, this Ukrainian national hero is now dining in some Ukrainian Valhalla with his fallen comrades, drinking and hunting oaks for eternity. All right? And I will say that what a great hero that everyone should look up to. And just to be fair to all the Ukrainians and pro-Ukrainians out there, the same thing goes to Vladimir Putin, okay? If Ukrainians are able to turn this thing around and the Russians start to crumble under the sanction and the armies start to disintegrate and the friends and allies around the world start to abandon Russia, and when we have a Boris Yeltsin Jr. start a new coup and roll those beautiful, sexy T-14 tanks onto the streets of Moscow and drive those tanks all the way to Kremlin and point those 125mm guns to Putin's office, you stay there. And when you're there, embracing your last moment, what you can do is you can make a video and you can tell the world you have this dream of a greater Russian empire to unite all the people together and bring them prosperity and dignity and glory. But the plan didn't work out. And now, because of your decision, your country will probably face a lot of hardship ahead and possibly fragmentation as well. And you apologize to your countrymen because of the decision you made and it ended up in this kind of place. And then you can drink the poison or grab the pistol or throw yourself out of a window, whatever Russian ceremony, ritual of a suicide is. And I want everyone to know that leaders don't make reckless and ideological decisions that burn down his own country. And when things go wrong, you don't go and fly off to London or Washington. That's like a garbage puppet leader, okay? If you're a true leader, you face the consequence of your own decision. And you stay there like a sinking ship, like Titanic. You're the captain, you go down with the ship. That's what true leaders do.